It's Tuesday, December 2nd, 2025. Thanks for tuning in. We have a lot to talk about today. I've got Nugget out here on the porch, Turbo taking a nap, the guineas over here. If you hear some chirping, some noise, it's the guineas over here. They're very active right now in the early evening. They're getting really, really big. But we got a lot to talk about. I got off the phone a little while ago with somebody I have not spoken to in a while. My friend Al gave me a call today. And such an honor to talk to somebody who is so versed and so aware of what's going on. Older gentleman who's been preparing much longer than myself. And it's refreshing to know that there are people out there that know exactly what's going on, who are paying close attention to what's going on and are preparing for what's going on. And they're connecting the dots and they see the spiritual aspect of this also. So I want to thank Al for giving me a call today. It's been a while, but always an honor, always a privilege to talk to somebody like this. Who has so much knowledge on what's going on. And I really hope everybody continues to pay attention, continues to prepare for what's going on right now and for what's coming. A reckoning is coming. Now, people have been writing me over the years about gold confiscation, what happens when they confiscate gold. You know, they did it once before, they're going to do it again, all this. And I would say right now you're watching a gold confiscation take place. Gold confiscation is being taken place right now. I was talking to my good friend Aaron at Texas Silver today, and we were talking about this. I know people that work at pawn shops, manage pawn shops, that manage coin shops. And what we've been seeing with these prices now in gold and silver, which are still extremely cheap, is people are selling. Why are they selling? They're selling because they have to make a house payment, a rent payment, they have to pay for groceries. They've got to make a car payment. They're trying to save their businesses. They're in a corner. They're in trouble. And the only thing left they have to sell is some gold or silver. And this is extremely unfortunate because it's happening to the middle class, lower middle class, and poor. Whatever gold and silver they have, they're being forced. They're being squeezed to sell it. They're the weak hands in these markets. And you have, I think, people who are really turning the screws on this economy and the middle class being decimated. And so they are draining whatever gold and silver is left in the hands of the middle class and basically confiscating it now because they're breaking the economy. People are losing their jobs. They're in a corner. They have nothing left to sell except maybe some gold coins or some gold jewelry that was passed on to them or, that they had bought in the good times, and now they're forced to sell it. So are we seeing a gold confiscation right now, a silver confiscation right now? I would say yes, because it's not rich people who are selling this stuff. The rich are buying it. It's the middle class and poor who are being forced to sell this stuff. And so it's the worst possible time to sell. This stuff is still cheap. And the elite, the people at the very, very top know this, and they're going to squeeze every ounce out of the economy, out of the system, out of the middle class that they can. You're watching it right now. I just had a good friend of mine text me pictures of the gold that they took in yesterday at their pawn shop. And people aren't selling this because they want to. They're selling it because they have to. And so again, you're seeing the weak hands have to give in, have to sell their gold, have to sell their silver to just stay in survival mode. And it's really, really sad. But is this a confiscation? I think it is. And so I don't think you really have to worry about anybody coming door to door. They're going to squeeze as much gold and silver out of this economy, out of the hands of the middle class as they can, as they continue to twist the screws on this economy and the average person in America. So just my thought. Please leave a comment down below on this. If you don't have to sell, please, I would not be selling your gold or silver in this environment. It's going much higher in my opinion. Gold, this on the hedge today. Gold, $5,000, surging flows and a market still massively underweight. Gold is only 2.8% of investor AUM. That is assets under management. Imagine when this number hits 4 to 5%. Imagine where gold prices are going to go. Unfortunately, there's a lot of people out there that have a little bit of gold, a little bit of silver, and they're not going to be able to find out. They're selling it right now because they're in survival mode. And the rich, the wealthy, the top 10% know this. There are dark forces at the very top that are going to just weaken the American people, weaken this economy as much as they can. Just like you know, they're going to get your money. They're going to steal, rob your cash one way or the other. They could do a bail-in, but if they don't do a bail-in, they're just going to get it through inflation. Inflation is stealing your money, ladies and gentlemen. They're going to steal your cash. They're going to steal your gold. They're going to steal your silver. So be very, very careful here. America's feast or famine reality when $100,000 feels like poverty. This also on the hedge. So where's all the money going? Households that make $100,000 are struggling because 35 to 50% of their household income is going to a mortgage or rent payment. Healthcare taking 20%, childcare taking 20 to 40%. So expensive. One of the most expensive things today is having kids, 20 to 40%. So you really need about $130,000 to $150,000 as a family, as a household, to be able to live comfortably in America. So how are people surviving? I keep hearing about all these people that went out and spent money over the weekend. You know, we got Black Friday, Cyber Monday, Christmas sales, everybody's out spending, yet if you're not making $130,000 to $150,000 as a household, you're in trouble. Is everyone really out there shopping, or is this just a bunch of BS? Comment down below. Let me know your thoughts on that. Apartment rents drop further with vacancies at record high. This on CNBC. So what's going on with this? Well, more vacant buildings, more multifamily sitting vacant. This is going to put more banks in jeopardy. I think more and more people are just moving back home. More people are just living in a family unit. They're moving back home. They're living together. And I think it's probably the smartest thing people can do right now. Eat your pride, move back home, save your money, live a more comfortable lifestyle, and live with a lot less stress. A lot of people, you know, they put their pride in front of everything. Oh, I'm not going to move back home. And this is no time to be prideful. This is a time to be smart, get your debts paid down, live a healthier, stress-free or less stress-free life that you can right now. And if that means moving home to do it, then I think that that's probably the smartest thing you can do. But we're seeing a lot more people making that decision to move back home. CNBC, holiday shopping turnout jumps to 202.9 million people during Thanksgiving, according to the National Retail Federation. Is this even possible? With everything we're reading, I just have a hard time digesting this. I think this is a real stretch. Let me know your thoughts. Here's another one. Mom and pop business. This is Yahoo Finance. Mom and pop business bankruptcies hit a record as debts rise. More than 2,200 people and small firms filed bankruptcy this year. They're attributing this to high borrowing costs, the tariffs, and cautious consumers. But if the consumers were so cautious, I'm reading right here that 2.9 million people just went shopping over the Thanksgiving holiday. So this is a complete contradiction. Something just does not add up here, ladies and gentlemen. Let me know your thoughts. CNBC, the wealth of the top 1% reaches a record $52 trillion. The top 10% added $5 trillion to their wealth in the second quarter, reaching $113 trillion, up from $108 trillion in the first quarter. Poor people have to sell their gold and silver. These are the people buying the gold and silver. It's a two-tier system now. The rich have to sell whatever they have, and the poor are buying it all up on sale. But look, at the end of the day, poor people are still going to basketball games. They're still going to football games. They're still financing cars at $1,000 a month. They're still trying to live a lifestyle that they can't afford. And the rich are going to continue to eat these people up for lunch. Unfortunate. You got to be smart, ladies and gentlemen. For years, I've been saying, live below your means. Get the debts paid down. And what did people do? They did the opposite. They lived above their means and they added more debt. And with credit cards at 27, 28, 29, 30%. People just can't stop spending. They cannot give up the lifestyle. It's really sad. Gas prices dropped below $3 nationwide as Trump says $2 gas within reach. This is great news. Very, very, very good news. I think it's wonderful. But here's the problem. The next article, and this is from Fox Business, the next one from Fox Business is titled, Sticker Shock Pushes Shoppers Out of New Car Market as Affordability Crisis Deepens. So gas is under $3 a gallon, but you can't afford a car. So how do you win here? You go from good news to bad news. Gas is cheaper. A new car is 50 grand. And used cars, I don't know where used cars are. It seems like it's up and down. But I think overall, used car, new car, financing a used car, new car, also more expensive. So you might be getting cheaper fuel, but you're paying more for the vehicle. Duffy purges 3,000 trucking schools in sweeping crackdown on migrant CDL crisis. This is fantastic news. This should have been done a long time ago. And every family on U.S. roads has been in danger for years. It now ends today, according to Sean Duffy. I think this is fantastic news. I support this 100%. Schools must comply or they're going to be forced to close down. Finally, somebody looking out for the safety of you and your family. Think about for years and years and years, you had people on the roads, and you still do, that cannot read English, can't read street signs. They have no idea what the laws are on the highways, the freeways, the interstates, and they're driving 80,000-pound vehicles, and your family is out there driving on the same roadways. I don't care if you're Republican, Democrat, whatever you are. There is no way this makes sense to anybody. You, no matter how you vote, whoever you are, you deserve to be safe on our roadways. And allowing people who cannot read or write English and read signs and know the laws on these roads, they just shouldn't be on these roads because it puts everybody in danger. And so this, I think, makes the roadways a little bit safer for everybody. I want to close with this last article, very, very concerning. And feel free to leave a comment down below on any of this stuff, ladies and gentlemen. So much is happening. DHS, nearly 7,000 predatory migrants set free from New York City jail since January. Here's some of the crimes of these 7,000 predators. 29 homicides, 2,500 assaults, 300 weapon offenses, 207 predatory offenses. So, I mean, think about what you've been dealing with. People driving 80,000-pound vehicles that should not be licensed, and then you have these predators being released into New York City, and they're going to release even more. But where is the accountability? Why are they not keeping the American people safe? Why is this tolerated? Why are they pushing this lawlessness in a city like New York City? This is absolutely repulsive. People who are doing this should be prosecuted and put in jail themselves. This is jeopardizing the safety of every man, woman, and child in New York City. Anybody that visits New York City, you have no idea who is walking on the streets of New York City and really on the streets of America, because these people can leave New York City and go anywhere. And there's people like this all over the country that are walking around. We have no idea how they got here, why they're here, who they are, what their intentions are, and what they're going to do. And they're just walking around. And you, your family members, your sons, your daughters, your moms, your dads are walking with these people. And who knows what these people are up to or what they're going to do. Because there are some very, very bad actors here who came here for very nefarious reasons. Keep your head on a swivel, ladies and gentlemen. A lot happening. So much happening. They're going to pull the rug out on this economy, the stock market, and the crypto market. Make sure you're protecting yourselves, ladies and gentlemen. I've never seen anything like this. It's exciting. It's concerning. Everybody should be very, very worried, and everybody should have a plan. If you don't have a plan by now, you are so far behind. I'm stressing you are very, very far behind. And unfortunately, a lot of people are going to learn a lesson, and they're not going to get a second chance. This economy is taking no prisoners. You're going to see a major wealth transfer. People who thought they were wealthy because they have money in their house and home prices have gone up, watch how fast the wealth disappears. Dollar in big trouble. Paper fiat currencies, paper, stocks, bonds, all this stuff is going to be in very, very big trouble because it's all backed by dollars. You get paid, you sell a stock, what do you get paid in? You get paid in dollars. If those dollars are worthless, your stocks are worthless, your bonds are worthless. As my friend Al said today, we're going back to God's money. And whether America wants to do that or not, they're going to be forced to, because the rest of the world is going back to God's money, back to nature's money, 5,000 years of history. I think the world is done with the manipulation of the US dollar, the wars, just the evil it has caused around the world, the control that it has caused around the world, where we have literally taken control of so many countries because of the US dollar, the weaponization of the US dollar, where we force countries to do what we want them to do. If they don't, they can't trade in US dollars. Or we'll just take their US dollars. The world is sick of the weaponization of the US dollar, period. It's changing. And this is why you're going to continue to see the BRICS nations get bigger and more powerful. You don't have to believe me. Watch and see what happens. God bless. Have a wonderful evening. Take care. Please like, share, and subscribe.